right, hello everyone. My name is Jennifer and I'm super excited to be here with you all today because I get to talk to you about my favorite subject, which is Instagram. But first, I want to make sure that you can hear me okay, that I'm loud enough. So if you can comment with a 2 below or give me a heart so I can know if you're hearing me. We do have a little bit of a lag, so you're a little bit behind me, so I'm going to wait just a little bit. But we will, for anybody that is during this webinar that has to go do something. I know a lot of you have kids and they tend to take you away from the webinar. We are going to have a replay, so if you miss it, it will be up later for you as well. So don't feel like you have to sit here. But if you do want your questions answered, make sure that you drop them below, and so I can get to those later in the presentation towards the end. So it looks like most of you are hearing me. You can also feel free to share this webinar, share it with your friends, anybody that needs to learn about hashtags, or invite them to this group. And it looks like everybody can hear me. And for some reason you can't hear me, you can close the live, reopen it, and if that doesn't work, just comment below. Sometimes it can go in and out. Facebook Live could be spotty. It looks like everybody can hear me, so I am going to move on. This is my favorite subject to talk about because Instagram has allowed me to quit my full-time job and focus on doing what I love. And just a little bit about me and my journey with Instagram. I started my Instagram page in 2015 with 0 followers, and within the first year I had over 20,000 followers and had made over $100,000 in sales, and that's solely through my Instagram account only. And so since then, after that, a year later in business, with all the success that I had, I decided I wanted to start teaching others how to grow on Instagram like I did, so they could also have the opportunity to follow their dreams. So I created the Instant Boss Club, which is a membership site that gives you all the lessons and tools that you need to be successful in Instagram. And since I've started on Instagram in 2015, I now have many different Instagram accounts, ranging from blog accounts, service-based businesses, boutique-based businesses, and have over 100,000 followers throughout all of those accounts. So today, I wanted to share with you my top tips for hashtags. But first, I want to talk to you about why you should be on Instagram. So I did some research about Instagram, and OmniCoreAgency.com and WordStream.com say that Instagram has over 400 million active users on its app every single day. And of that, 35% of them say that they look at the app or the platform several times a day. 68% of the Instagram users are females between the ages of 18 to 29, and 50% of Instagram users follow at least one business. And then 60% of those users say that they have learned about a product or a service on the platform. Needless to say, if your business or blog isn't on Instagram, it needs to be now. So now that you know why you should be on Instagram, I want to talk to you about 4 main things. And that is the magic number of hashtags you should be using, where to find the best hashtags, an iPhone hack to help you, shadow banning, and what is it? So first I want to dive into Instagram hashtags. For those of you that don't know what hashtags are, I want to explain that really quickly. And for those of you that do, bear with me while I get through this. So I like to think of hashtags like Google keywords. So they are how your followers and your customers are going to find you. So on the right, you will see I searched hashtag fashion blogger. And when I did that, I saw all sorts of Instagram accounts with pictures that relate to fashion blogging. And then on the left, I searched the same thing on Google and found articles and pictures of fashion bloggers. So if you think of hashtags like you would a Google keyword, the more keywords you have, the more chances there are for customers to find you. If this is making sense, drop a 3 in the comments below so I know that you're following along. But now that we understand that hashtags work like Google keywords, we want to use as many as we can. So Instagram only allows you to use 30 hashtags per post. If you try and use more than 30, then it's going to tell you there's something wrong with your post. So don't freak out. It's just that you can only use 30. So you can see on the right that I used all 30 hashtags and I got 189 likes and 46 comments. Then on the left, I used no hashtags and got 4 likes and 0 comments. So right there, you should see the importance of using all of your hashtags. And I know some Instagram experts are recommending you only use 11 or 12 hashtags, but I personally tested that theory myself and always find that using 30 hashtags is better because you have more of a chance to be found. So moving on, it looks like y'all are all following along. Looks great. So this next tip is purely just a preference of mine, but you can do it as you like. I know somebody actually, I think it was Dina Lopez, asked this question earlier, and that is, should I put my hashtags in the comments? So I like to put my hashtags in the comments section rather than in my caption because it just makes your account look less cluttered, allows people to focus on what your caption says rather than seeing all of those hashtags in your posts because you are going to want to use all 30. So you'll see on the right, I put my hashtags in the comments section. And then when people started commenting, the hashtags got hidden and it now just shows how many comments that I have. So like I said, this is purely just my preference. You can do whatever you want, but I've tested it both ways and it literally works the same exact way. The hashtags get the same amount of likes per each. I know some people in the group were saying they were seeing with their accounts that using it in the caption worked better for them. And that's fine if you want to try it both ways, and maybe your account's a little bit different than mine. Maybe my Instagram hasn't rolled out with what yours has, but as far as I've tested, it works exactly the same. So, moving on, I wanted to give you a few tips on how to find the right hashtags for your account. So I've created this worksheet, which I'm going to drop that link after this live presentation so you can download that free worksheet. But it's going to help you walk through how to figure out what hashtags you need to be using. So first, I want you to research Instagram and find 10 competitors in your industry. Do a little bit of market research. See what pictures they're posting that are getting the most response and what hashtags they're using. I want you to go through those hashtags, see which ones relate to your brand, and then write those ones down. And then next, I want you to gather a list of trending hashtags. And trending hashtags just means that these hashtags have been used more than over 200,000 times. And then I want you to put a list of smaller hashtags together with less than 200,000 uses. Then I want you to use those hashtags on your next post, give it a few hours, and go back and check to see if you are on the top post section of any of those hashtags you use. So for those of you that don't know what the top post section is, it's the first 9 photos within the hashtag search area. And this is where Instagram will feature the posts that they think are the most relevant to the hashtags being used. So you want to be featured here because those posts are the first pictures that anybody's going to see when they search those hashtags. So your homework tonight is I want you to write down those hashtags that get featured in the top post section and use those again. And then exchange other hashtags out for the ones that didn't get featured in the top posts. And I want you to keep doing this until you have a list of 30 hashtags that are getting featured in the Instagram top post section, because that's really where you want to be. If this is making sense, drop a 4 in the comments below so I know that you're following along. I know that's a lot to take in, but let me know. So if you're having a hard time finding hashtags that get you to the top posts, I would recommend finding hashtags that are used less than 10,000 times. And just remember, the more uses the hashtag has, the more competition there is to be ranked. So I also have figured out a way to get featured really fast in the top posts. So within 45 minutes, my post had 119 likes, and then I think 40 something comments, 50 comments, and it was featured in all these really big hashtags. So that one's mine, InstaBossMom. If you're not using it, you totally should be. social media manager, she means business, grow your business, FEA. These are all huge hashtags areas that I got featured in. We don't have time to go into that today, but that is inside the Instant Boss Club. That is a lesson, so you can check that out. And then another tip I want to give you, for those of you who are super busy and don't have time to create your own hashtags, I have a few resources for you. So this is allhashtag.com. And this website generates hashtags based on a word. So in this example, I searched hashtag boutique, and it generated the most popular and trending hashtags being used in that niche. So this website is really good for finding trending hashtags, but unless you have a huge Instagram account with good engagement, most of those larger hashtags will be harder to compete with. And then somebody asked, isn't it basically impossible to be in the top posts if you don't have thousands of followers? Absolutely not. And that's what I was talking about earlier, is that lesson. That'll help you get featured in the top posts area. Super easy. And if you are having if you are having problems with getting featured with those thousands, big hashtags, then just look for smaller ones and work on getting featured there, and then work up your account based on that. So I've also put together a list of over 2,000 hashtags for different niches inside the membership site. And let me just show you quickly what that looks like. So just to give you a peek inside the club, this is what over 2,000 hashtags look like. And they're all broken up into groups of 30, so you can literally just copy and paste it right into your Instagram post. And right now the hashtag library is actually on sale, so you can get it for $29.99. Or you can get this inside the membership site for only $20 a month, and you'll get so much more than just the hashtag library. I kind of wanted to show you what that looks like, what we have inside the Instant Boss Club. And so I'm going to head over to the members area. And as you can see, we have lessons, graphics, printables, the hashtag library, member directory, music, accountability partners, loot giveaways, so much. I'm going to head over to the lessons area, kind of show you what that looks like. So you'll see we have all sorts of lessons. These lessons have video walkthroughs or written lessons, worksheets that go with them. Let me show you this one. It's creating the Insta Stories. It's our most recent one, to show you how to create like a professional Instagram story. And then I want to show you the graphics area really quick as well. And this, you can literally just come in here, grab a picture, download it. We also have hot chocolate, stock photography. If you don't know what that is, she has awesome stock photography and she lets us use some. So I put that inside the club as well. There's tons more, you just have to download them. And then let's head over to the printables area. The printables just help you keep organized with your Instagram and everything that goes with that. So you'll see we have like hashtag brainstorming, and there's so many printables. And like I said, it's only $20 a month, plus you get that hashtag library that I was just talking about. So definitely check that out. But one of the big things about your hashtags, going back to that, is, and this is the Instagram challenge if you want to check that out. You can just click it, it's at the top of the instabossclub.com. So definitely sign up for that challenge. If you haven't already, it's totally free. So back to hashtags. Getting your hashtags on your top posts as soon as possible is very, very important, because after a few hours, you cannot go back to those posts and put in your hashtags because Instagram will not recognize them. So next I want to share with you this awesome iPhone hack that allows me to get hashtags on my posts ASAP. And I have this on a video so I can show you through my phone. So hopefully you can hear it okay. Make sure if you can't hear it, you can exit out of the app or exit out of the live and come back. But let me know if you hear it.
So
give me some hearts.
Hashtags on our Instagram post as fast as possible so that future customers can find us faster. So we'll do that by going into our settings on your iPhone and scrolling down to General. Then you'll go over to Keyboards and you'll head over to Text Replacement. Now you'll see here I have a bunch of hashtags already put in as text replacement, but you'll just click the add button at the top here, and where you see the phrase, you're going to add in your hashtags, hashtag InstantBossClub, hashtag InstantBossClub, that sort of thing. Then you'll add in a shortcut, And you'll want to use something that you don't use a lot in your phone. Like if you use LOL a lot, you don't want to use that because it's going to automatically replace it with your hashtags. So make sure it's something that you don't use a lot. I like to use just letters, so I use like AAA or BBB, whatever. So I'll save this one really quick and show you how it works. So I'm going to head over to my Instagram and I'm going to put it on my last post. So you'll see here, I just type in AAA, boom, those Instagram hashtags are going to pop up. So I also suggest, like I said, using 30 hashtags. So EE is one of my favorite ones. Lots and lots of hashtags in there. And that is a quick way to do that.
Okay, so some of you were saying that the sound was kind of wonky on that, so I have this in a YouTube video as well, so I will post a link to that in this live video as well if you need to go back and watch it. So basically it's just showing you how to make your hashtags post really quickly into your Instagram post. And so now that we know what hashtags are, why you should be using them, I want to dive into shadow banning. So a lot of people have been asking, what is shadow banning? So I kind of want to explain what it is. So basically it's when your hashtags are getting blocked from being seen from the public. And so and then you'll also kind of know when this is happening when your posts are getting little to no engagement. And I mean like you're getting 1 to 2 likes and you're normally getting like 50 to 60. I mean, this is going to be a significant change in your account. You're going to know you've been shadow banned, and it's because your hashtags aren't working anymore. And so there's ways to test this to see if you have been shadow banned. And you can log out of Instagram and use a different account to view the hashtags you've used. So go in, use your normal hashtags, make a post, and then immediately log out, go into another account, and go through those hashtags and see if you are in there. You can also have someone else who is not following you check your hashtags as well. If you want to do it that way, you maybe don't have another Instagram account to check. But that's how you'll know. So if you're not featured in those hashtags, you are being shadow banned. If you're in there and your account just seems to be, kind of low or whatever it is, then you're not shadow banned. It's just Instagram algorithm kind of changing on you. We're just going to have to get around that and figure out ways to do better, right? So also, when you're testing this, make sure that your account is not set to private, because if your account's set to private, none of your hashtags are going to work. You have to make sure that you are using your hashtags, but you're also not a private account. And you can do this in the settings area on Instagram. So why are they shadow banning people? Or why is Instagram shadow banning, right? So hashtags that are being shadow banned are typically going to be those kind of nastier ones. So like hashtag hot girls, hashtag, what I'm saying. So they're going to be reported as inappropriate because people are posting porn and all sorts of nasty things that no one wants to see. So they're getting reported. And I'm thinking that Instagram, just a theory of mine, that Instagram has some kind of bot or something that alerts them whenever a bunch of porn pictures are being posted. So they're cracking down on all the spam, which is actually a good thing because none of us really want to see any of that stuff. So what's kind of crazy is I heard a while back that hashtag Easter was one of the banned hashtags. And I kind of think what happened with that is a bunch of people started posting nasty pictures and then people just kept reporting the hashtag and eventually Instagram just took it down because, bad people were using it. So Instagram's also a business too. So they want to make money. If you don't know, Facebook actually bought Instagram. And so when that kind of happened, you saw that there was business accounts you could switch to, and a lot of you did. You jumped on the bandwagon. You're like, yes, I'm going to switch to a business account. It's going to give me analytics, all of that good stuff, which, by the way, there's other ways to look at analytics besides using Instagram. But it looks like somebody's asking if I dropped off. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Comment with a 2 if you can hear me. And then Michelle, if it's just you, just exit out, come back. Anyways, But Instagram may be limiting these business accounts because basically they just want you to use their ads. So they want you to pay for the ads. Like I said, they're a business. It's not your social media that you created, so they have control of what this is. But I have a lesson coming up in the club that's going to talk about how to create ads for Instagram, so you'll definitely want to check that out. But those are some of the reasons why people are being shadow banned. So how can you avoid it? You're going to want to check your hashtags. You're going to want to make sure that none of those hashtags are being banned. Good, it looks like people are actually able to hear me, so that's good. But you want to make sure none of those hashtags are being banned. And the way you can do that is you just click on the hashtags that you're using, or maybe search a hashtag. If nothing comes up in the search engine, then it's been banned. If you click on it and it says something like, this hashtag has been banned because it's been inappropriate, it's banned. Also, if you notice that there's not a top posts area, then it's probably in the works of being banned. So if you have any of those hashtags in your account right now that you've used in the past on any of your posts, you'll want to get rid of those hashtags. So if you put it in the comments, just delete that comment. If you put it in the caption, go edit your caption and get rid of those hashtags, because you'll want to get them out of there, because you do not want Instagram to alert your account and shadow ban you. So another thing that I've heard is that changing up your hashtags is actually going to really help your account. So not using the same ones every time, because Instagram's going to think when you start using the same ones all the time that you're a spam account. I don't know why it alerts that, but it does. So like I talked about earlier with that worksheet and sitting down, figuring out what hashtags you need to use, or if that means getting the hashtag library or signing up for the club to get that hashtag library, and using all those different hashtags to change it up. Make sure you're using the iPhone trick, because you can go ahead and just get them all out of the way. I would set up like 90 different hashtags that you have set up in your iPhone and use them on every other post or whatever you want to do. A huge thing that people always ask me is, Jennifer, what are you using to post on your Instagram? So nothing. I'm not using anything. I'm using the good old-fashioned post on Instagram way, because it's actually against Instagram's terms of service to use any kind of bot, and they consider a bot even something that posts for you. So you do not want to do that. So if anything is posting your post for you, you definitely want to cancel that service and make sure you don't use it anymore on Instagram. There's also bots I know out there that will like people's posts based on their hashtags, or will comment for you. I know it's kind of tempting because it makes it so easy, right? But this is social media. This is the whole point of social media, is you got to be social. You got to be real. You can't be an Instagram bot. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes when you comment on their posts cool or fun or pretty or whatever. No one likes that, right? So be a real person and connect with your followers. So now that we've kind of explained what shadow banning is, how to avoid it, I kind of want to talk to you about some super exciting news that's coming up, and that is that the Instant Boss Club is not only going to be teaching Instagram, but we're also going to be teaching all sorts of different things like Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, even how to set up your own online store through Shopify, all that good stuff, even where to find your products if you don't have a product, any of that good stuff. So whenever this does happen, it'll be slowly rolling out, because I am 35 weeks pregnant, and it's going to take me a while to get all of this together. But I am going to be teaching you all of these different things, and it's going to be slowly rolling out to the Instant Boss Club. So for those of you that are already a part of the club and you're already paying $20 a month, you'll be locked in at that $20 a month rate. But it will be going up soon. So for those of you that haven't joined yet, you'll want to join now before these changes happen, because like I said, when they do happen, the membership price will be going up, because you will be getting so much more for your buck. So lock it in now, sign up. You can do that at instantbossclub.com. And so now I kind of want to open it up to questions and answers. And I know some of you have asked some questions on here, so I'm going to go through those really quick. Feel free to drop your questions throughout here. Somebody said you will get shadow banned for using bots. Yes, absolutely. You will. Let's see here. Can you speak, Blaze asks, can you speak to the amount of text that is best to have in your postings? I'm noticing that posts with words get more traction. Any insight? So I think you're talking about the caption and how much wording's in the caption. You don't want to put too much because you don't want people, first of all, looking at it and saying, oh, that's way too long, I'm not reading that, there's no way. But you do want to keep it, like a communication wise. You want to keep it a communication style. You want to have a call to action in your posts, which means go check out the link in my bio, go do this, go do that. I mean, you need to lead them somewhere. Let them know what they're supposed to be doing. I hope that answers your question. I hope that's what you were asking. And then Krista goes, Hot Chocolate's library is included in the membership. No, it's not. That's actually separate. But the graphics inside of there, she's given us some of them from her membership. And I've created different pictures inside of there, if that makes sense. So there are technically hot chocolate pictures in there, but it's not her full membership. So you'd have to sign up there. And then what's the music section for? I know that I like to work with music. When I'm working, I like to jam out. And so I just made some playlists for y'all to listen to while you're working on your social media. Just an extra little perk. And there's some Spotify in there that you can listen to. Blaze asks, is there a service that you can use to see your competition's most used hashtags rather than looking at every post for theirs? I'm sure there is, honestly. I feel like the preview app, I don't know if they show your competition's hashtags, but they show your competition. You have to pay for it. It's a paid service. But you can see like how good their posts are doing and that sort of thing. So basically you can tell if they bought fake followers or not, if their account's actually getting real likes and stuff on it. But I don't know about the hashtag thing. But I will recommend, while we're on the subject of apps, is, what's it called now? I'm forgetting. I'll have to come back to that. I don't remember what it's called. But it's basically a hashtag app that helps you see which one of your hashtags are getting ranked higher and which ones are doing better. I'll drop that link below. For some reason, I can't remember. Oh, it's called Smart Hash. That's what it's called. You'll want to sign up for that. It's free, I'm pretty sure. There's a paid version you can sign up for. But it allows you to split test your hashtags. So you can see which hashtags are working for you and which ones aren't. And I actually have a blog post that I posted about 6 tips on hashtags, which I didn't cover in this webinar. And I have a bunch of apps I recommend and all of that good stuff. So you might want to check that out on the blog on instabossclub.com. So here's another question. Isn't it basically impossible? Oh, already answered that one. Let's see. Any other questions? We already answered the one where comments. Let's see. Jennifer said, I heard that you are to delete the comment full of hashtags after a few hours. Is this true? No, this isn't true. I would leave it up because once you delete it, your hashtags are gone. So you'll definitely want to leave it up longer than a few hours. But I can definitely look into that and see if anything's changed. But as far as I know, you'll want to leave that up. Jennifer says, should I avoid joining comment pods with people who use like for like, follow for follow on their pictures? So for those of you that don't know what comment pods are, first of all, they're awesome. It's a way for people to get together in an Instagram DM or other areas and they like each other's pictures, comment on each other's pictures to get the Instagram algorithm to boost their post. So I don't think it should matter whether or not they're using like for follow for follow if you're just commenting on their posts. But I have heard that in comment pods, it's best to always be following the people within the comment pods. That way Instagram's not just seeing that you keep on liking the same people's posts but you're not even following them. Might seem kind of spammy, so make sure that you're following the people in your comment pods, because that would be something that might alert Instagram. But as far as I know, if they're using those hashtags and you comment on it, it's fine. Okay, looks like that's all the questions for right now. Does anybody else have any more questions before we close out this webinar? I hope that you've all enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. If you've learned something, show me some love, give me some hearts. If you haven't and you want to learn more, like I said, drop me those questions. Now's the time. I can answer them for you if I didn't answer something in the webinar for you. I'm going to give you just a few minutes. Looks like we're getting some hearts. Yay! I'm glad y'all learned some things. And this is just honestly the tip of the iceberg. Like, there is so much more to learn with hashtags. There's so much more to learn with Instagram. There's so much more to learn with social media. And I don't want y'all to feel overwhelmed by that, so I don't want to give you too much and overload you. But the Instant Boss Club, I'm telling you, it has all the things you need, walking you through it step by step. So make sure you check that out. So it doesn't look like I have any more questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link to the worksheet that I talked about earlier. I'm going to drop that link to the 6 tips on hashtag blog, hashtag library link, the instantbossclub.com link, and that app I was talking about, Smart Hash link as well. So y'all have all those. So it doesn't look like I have any more questions. I've enjoyed my time with you. I hope that you all have learned something and enjoyed being here with me. Thank you so much for spending your precious 43 minutes with me. And I hope you all have a lovely day. I plan to have more of these webinars inside of this group, so make sure that you share this video and share or invite people to this group so they can also learn more about Instagram and now also all the other social media that comes with it. So just share this if you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a lovely day.